The Hitachi HD44780 LCD controller is a commonly used alphanumeric dot matrix liquid crystal display controller developed by Hitachi. The control interface and protocol is a de facto standard for this type of display. The character set of the controller includes ASCII characters, Japanese Kana characters, and some symbols in 228-character lines. Using an extension driver, the device can display up to 80 characters. Architecture. The Hitachi HD44780 LCD controller is limited to monochrome text displays and is often used in copiers, fax machines, laser printers, industrial test equipment, networking equipment, such as routers and storage devices. Compatible LCD screens are manufactured in several standard configurations. Common sizes are 1 row of 8 characters, and 16A, 2, 20A, 2 and 20A, 4 formats. Larger custom sizes are made with 32, 40 and 80 characters and with 1, 2, 4 or 8 lines. The most commonly manufactured larger configuration is 40x4 characters, which requires 2 individually addressable HD44780 controllers with expansion chips, as a single HD44780 chip can only address up to 80 characters. A common smaller size is 16A, 2, and this size is readily available as surplus stock for hobbyist and prototyping work. Character LCDs may have a backlight, which may be LED, fluorescent, or electroluminescent. Character LCDs use a 16-contact interface, commonly using pins or card edge connections on 0.1-inch centers. Those without backlights may have only 14 pins, omitting the 2 pins powering the light. The pinout is as follows. Ground, VCC, contrast adjustment, register select. RS equals 0, command, RS equals 1, data, read-write. Rankine per watt equals 0, write, rankine per watt equals 1, read, clock. Falling edge triggered, bit 0, bit 1, bit 2, bit 3, bit 4, bit 5, bit 6, bit 7, backlight anode, backlight cathode. The nominal operating voltage for LED backlights is 5V at full brightness, with dimming at lower voltages dependent on the details such as LED color. Non-LED backlights often require higher voltages. The HD44780 interface supports 2 modes of operation, 8-bit and 4-bit. Using the 4-bit mode is more complex, but reduces the number of active connections needed. For this reason, in 4-bit mode a command is sent in 2 operations. Because the operation mode is not defined at power up, one must always set the operation mode using the function set command. To enable 4-bit mode requires some careful selection of commands. There are 2 primary limitations. First, with the reduced lines, the DOD3 lines will always be low when the LCD is in 8-bit mode. Second, the HD44780 may be in one of 3 states: State 1, 8-bit mode, State 2, 4-bit mode, ready for first set of 4 bits, State 3, 4-bit mode. Already latched 4 bits, State 3 may occur, for example, if a prior control was aborted after sending only the first 4 bits of a command, while the LCD was in 4-bit mode. There is a way to ensure the LCD returns to 4-bit mode of operation, as follows. First, set D7D4 to 0B0011, and toggle the enable bit. From State 1, the LCD will see the command as 0B00110000, and thus remain in 8-bit mode. From State 3, the LCD will see the command as 0B0011XXXX, which still sets the LCD to 8-bit mode. From State 2, the bits are simply latched as the values for D3DO. Therefore, after this, the HD44780 can only be in State 1 or State 3. Next, set D7D4 to 0B0011 again, and toggle the enable bit. From State 1, the LCD will again remain in 8-bit mode, as noted above. From State 2, the LCD will see the command as 0B00110011, which sets the LCD to 8-bit mode. Therefore, After second command, the HD44780 is guaranteed to be in 8-bit mode. Now that the LCD is ensured to be set to 8-bit mode, it is safe to request that it change to 4-bit mode. To do so, set D7D4 to 0B0010, and toggle the enable bit. The LCD will see the command as 0B00100000, which will change it to use 4-bit command mode. Therefore, after this third command, the HD44780 can only be in 4-bit command mode. Finally, it should be noted that this sets the LCD to single-line mode, using standard 5x8 fonts, so additional function set commands may be needed to fully initialize the display. Once in 4-bit mode, character and control data are transferred as pairs of 4-bit nibbles on the upper data pins, D4 D7. Instruction set: the HD44780 instruction set is shown below. Font: the original HD44780 character generator ROM contains 208 characters in a 5A, 8-dot matrix, and 32 characters in a 5A, 10-dot matrix. More recent compatible chips are available with higher resolution, matched to displays with more pixels. There is a Japanese version of the ROM which includes Kana characters, and a European version which includes Cyrillic and Western European characters. The 7-bit ASCII subset for the Japanese version is non-standard. It supplies a yen symbol where the / character is normally found, and left and right arrow symbols in place of tilde and the rub-out character. A limited number of custom characters can be programmed into the device in the form of a bitmap using special commands. These characters have to be written to the device each time it is switched on, as they are stored in volatile memory. See also, LCD Smarty, open source display driver for Microsoft Windows. References. Further reading. External links: HD44780 LCD interfacing with TIMSP430 microcontroller, HD44780 LCD interfacing with PIC microcontroller, HD44780 LCD interfacing with Arduino, HD44780 LCD interfacing with ATmELAVR microcontroller, HD44780 LCD interfacing with 8051 microcontroller, Hitachi HD44780U datasheet, How to Use Intelligent LCDs Part 1 and Part 2 by Julian Illett, Everyday Practical Electronics, 1997, Beginner's Guide to the Hitachi HD44780 LCD display, generating custom fonts on HD44780 LCD, convert normal HD44780 LCD display into serial LCD.